Recording.
I have now. Alright, so population and samples, the whole group. So if we want to know something about this school, students feel about this school, the whole population would be the students in the school. Want to know something about people in Victoria, it might be the whole state, but it could be a whole country. Alright. There's a whole host of different things that the population may be. A sample. So a sample is a smaller group taken from the population. Particularly when we've got a big population. So most of the time when we hear these things about what Australians think or do about this, that or the other, normally what's been used is a sample. So obviously the population of Australia, 20 plus million, is very big, so to ask every single one of them is going to be a big task. Though they do something like that when they do a census. They're looking at the whole population, but generally it's only a sample. Now the important thing when you take a sample is that that sample is random. Alright, to rub this bit off. No. Alright. So we want our sample to be random, so say for example, we wanted to know something about Australia or Australia. If we were only to take our sample from the people who lived in Albury, that may or may not be representative of what the whole of Australia thinks. So we wouldn't take that sample just from people of Albury, we'd have to take that sample from all over Australia in some random way. So we'll take what's called a random sample. So random sample. Take a random sample so that there's no bias. So for an example there, if we what students think about something. So the library. And then it's no good to just ask 7, 8. If we go, okay, we're going to have 25 students in school and ask them about what they think about the library, we're just going to ask 7, 8. So that probably not going to be representative of what the whole school thinks. Alright, so we need to generate a random sample. The question is, how do we go about doing that? So that's what we're going to use our calculator to do. I'll rub that out. No. Yeah. No. Run that. So to do a random sample, what we would do is we would assign a number, and I'll give you this sheet out in a minute, but I'll just put it up there. So here we've got, there's 100 people there, and we say we assign each of these people has been assigned a number from 0 all the way through to 99. And so we would then use a random number generator to generate a sample of the size we are after. Alright, so generating a random sample. Alright. So you assign a number. Each member of the population. You then use a random number generator select your sample. Now, in terms of the exam at the end of the year, while it's possible that you could be asked to do this, it's not very likely. Because as you can imagine, 30,000+ people doing further maths. If they're using a random number generator, there's going to be lots of random samples. It's going to make marking very difficult. So, while it could happen, it's probably not likely on the exam. However, in your SAC, you will have to do this in your SAC. Generate a random number. However, on the exam, they could ask you questions about why a random sample is important, things like that. But doing this process that I'm going to do now, you will need it for SAC, probably not for the exam. However, they could if they really chose to. Alright, so let's have a look. I've got a sheet here, this one that I'm about to hand you out. So again, one single-sided, so you can stick it in your bound reference. You will need your calculator. Yeah, that's after.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All right. So here's our calculator.
Issue. I think that's completely different.
That is an issue. So on our calculator, we want to generate a random sample. So on our calculator, where we do that is we put our keyboard on, and unfortunately there's no short link to it. I don't think, no. No short link to it, oops. So this down arrow here, click down arrow, and then that brings up the catalogue, so that's everything. Now the thing that we're wanting is the thing called rand sample, which starts with R. So you can use these numbers up the top here to jump to that letter. So if I go across, here's R, here's R, click on R, and so it jumps to the R's. Alright, so and so you see the fourth one down here, rand list. So rand list means give me a random list of numbers.
Oh, yeah.
So there's rand list. Click on it, and it comes up there. Now, again, I'm just working through that sheet. The way that we need to do, so say for example, I want 6 numbers, say between 0 and 99. These limits can be whatever they need to be. So let's say this is 100 people from 0 to 99, and I just want 6 of those. So the way that we need to do it is we need to, first of all, tell the calculator how many numbers we want. So we want 6. So we want 6 numbers. So the number 6 goes first. The numbers start at 0 and end at 99. So we need to tell the calculator that. Now, without something separating those numbers, the calculator's going to be confused about what it's doing. So you need a comma between them and a close off. So I want 6 numbers, 6, comma is down at the bottom here, get there. There we are, 6 numbers, comma, between 0, comma, and 99. And then we go EXE. So here's a list. 39, 51, 45, 15, 13, 85. There's 6 numbers between 0 and 99. Now it's unlikely that you've got the same list as me. And if you do it again, and again, you'll see the list of numbers changes. So if you're doing a question where you're asked to generate a random, go with the first one, don't. So every time you do it, you're going to get different ones. So you just need to go with your first. So an example, which we will do now, is this question here, which I've already done part of, so I'll bring that around.
Thank you.
No, I wasn't.
No,
Getting
it's
one.
disgusting.
Oh, this is the IQ. Oh, that's a bit rough.
Oh, let's see.
All right. So in this example here, we've got 100 people. We've got some of them are males, some of them are females. The red ones are males. So there we are. The red ones are females. The blue ones are males. We've got IQs here.
What's a normal IQ?
100's the middle. So 100's the middle, so 100's the mean, and I can't remember what the standard deviation is. So IQ's actually is a normal curve.
Yeah, I did that. I remember.
All right, so what do? We get our random number generator. We get it to generate some numbers. So this one here says select a simple random sample of 6 people from the population of 100. All right, well I've already just done that. So I'm just going to use these top ones here. So I want number 39, number 51, number 45, number 15, number 13 and number 85. So from that list there that I've got, I then go back to my grid of all my people. Go back to my grid of all my people, and what we're going to do is, it says calculate the mean IQ of your sample. So we go and we have a look, and then we go search through person number 39. It's over here, and there's our IQ is 116, and so on. 152, number 45, so number 15. Number 13, and then number 85, divide that by 6. And so then we need to get our calculator out for our individual selection. So I've got my individual selection. 116 plus 102 plus 136 plus 111 plus 104 plus 124. Divide that by 6. According to this, for my sample is 115.6. Your sample with different people will probably be a different answer. Alright, so that's what's not likely they're going to do it on the exam. There's so many different answers.
What happens if you get like a duplicate of
You won't get a duplicate.
in the random number, like
No.
in your random numbers, like your sample?
Yeah, you won't get a duplicate, or you shouldn't get a duplicate.
I've got a
You got a duplicate.
duplicate.
Oh, I thought they'd. So there you go, learn something new every day. Well, if you get a duplicate,
Just re-roll it.
just re-roll it. Yep, I thought it was programmed so you didn't get a duplicate. Clearly I was mistaken.
I got 286.
Right, so if you get a duplicate number like Sam did, just
Re-roll.
roll it again.
Too easy. Yeah, I know. It's a very hard chance to get. Yeah,
I don't know, I have to look it up. Today, 101.
My dad always
Oh, it's both. It's not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
like a practice. Yeah.
It is.
All right.
Oh, yeah, like the bike. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so population parameters.
Because you just have to verify my inspection, like for
So for a population, the mean, the symbol used for the mean of a population is the Greek letter mu. The symbol for the standard deviation symbol is lowercase sigma.
Why is it not X bar?
Right. Because what I was talking about before with the X bars and the S, they're samples. So if you see something that's got mu And sigma, you know that's the whole population. And the thing with that is that these do not vary. I.e., they are fixed. Because if you've sampled the whole population, you should know precisely what the mean and standard deviation are for the whole population. So you've taken into account everybody, so there's not going to be any variation. The sample, which is what I'm about to write down now, so that, what did I do? They are fixed. So sample parameters the mean, as we know, the symbol is x bar, and our standard deviation our symbol is S. And on our calculator, the calculator has that as SX on the calculator. Now the calculator, see if I've got any stuff in there, menu, statistics. Let's just do one variable with list one. So you notice on the calculator, see it has the sigma and the S. So the sigma is if those numbers were a whole population, then that would be our standard deviation. But if that is a sample, then that's our standard deviation. It's just a slightly different way of calculating. Alright, so most of the time we're going to use the S. So that's the population, and then X bar, and for a population we need to use the same as that. Alright, and so the sample parameters, these vary with the sample selection. So that's why I said before that mean IQ that I got, everyone's to be slightly different, because you've all got a slightly different sample that you've used to calculate it. Had we used all 100 people, then we'd all get the same answer. Alright, that's it for population and samples. I'll give you the exercise questions, and then Friday we'll just spend the whole lesson working on questions. And don't forget to like and subscribe.